Hey everybody, Silverstar back with more memories of Star Wars Galaxies. When I left off, I was saying I had a story to tell from my time in a town on Dantooine, but unfortunately, I didn't keep the waypoint for that town, but I do have the waypoint for where one of my old houses used to be. So, I used to have another seaside house. I guess you could call it lakeside, unless you want to call that a sea. It used to be right where this waypoint is over here. Wait, is this my house? No, it's not. It actually was a medium-sized Naboo house. I wonder if this house is open. What? Let's see. Store. There. But I wonder if this house is open. Okay, good. I used to live in a house just like this. And it was in this very spot. That's why my waypoint is right there. But this is not my house. I didn't give it to anyone or, you know, anything like that. But, my house was very, very different from this. Oh, that's cool. Old movie poster. Man, Leia is looking kinda... You should know what I'm saying. Oh, no. Remove the images from my eyes. The thing at the top. But anyway, the story I wanted to tell was about, whenever I lived in this town with my friends. I mentioned Furbaka in the first video with my house in it, that he made the bookshelves and that sculpture for me and stuff like that. He and I and his wife, whose name was Annika, or Anika, it was A-N-I apostrophe like K-A or K-H or something like that. Anyway, and another of my friends named Petter, which is Peter without the second E, so P-E-T-R. We had all founded a little small town, and Petter had placed down the town hall, so he had the right to name the city. He was British, so naturally he named it London. So, Furbaka and Petter and Annika and I, and a couple other guild mates, we had formed a guild also. Again, another British reference. I think it was a British reference. They named it The Usual Suspects. So, isn't that a British movie? I don't know. I thought it was, but anyway, we would all, back in the day whenever you would play Star Wars Galaxies, to really start making money and get XP really fast, what you would do is you would go to, like the mining outpost, which is over there. You can see to the left with that waypoint, which was pretty popular. The mining posts, or the aggro post, or, you know, any of the other stations along Dantooine or on Dathomir, and you would get the biggest group you could. I seem to remember the group size limit at the time was like 20 or 30 people. So you would get 20 or 30 people in a group, and then everyone would get missions from the mission terminal in the outpost. And the mission terminals would increase the amount of money and the amount of monsters that spawned from each mission with the more people that you had. So, you know, in the group. So, you know, 20 or 30 people in the group meant that each mission consisted of massive layers of monsters that you had to destroy. You know, with massive amounts of creatures. I'm talking like easily 50 or so creatures per mission. And then, as crazy as it sounds, once everyone got their missions, at least in the original game, before the combat upgrade, once you got your missions, you would disperse and take out your missions on your own. So I mean, like I said, the combat system in the original game, you know, pre-combat upgrade and pre-new game experience was, I mean, you could take down 50 enemies easy by yourself. I mean, you just had to have the right buffs and the right equipment and stuff, and you could do it easy. Just gonna walk along the shore while I talk. But yeah, you can do it easy. And so, instead of taking... let me say first that when you would disperse, sometimes people in the group would take your missions. They would see a lair with 50 or so monsters, and they would just kill them all and take your mission. I don't remember or not if you still got paid for the mission. I mean, you would get like 9,000 credits to 10,000 credits per mission. And that was like really good. My frame rate is dropping here. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm only walking. I mean, again, I gotta point out how barren everything is. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, if your mission got stolen, you would lose out on all that XP. So, what I would do, and what I'm pretty sure that Furbaka and Annika and Petter would do, is grab a group at one of the outposts and then drive out to our little town of London and grab missions from there. Now, our little town of London was so far away from the outposts that our missions would spawn way away from where our group would be, from, you know, everyone else in the group. So there was little to no chance that our XP was stolen. But anyway, I'm digressing. I wanted to talk about the story of one day I was going to get some missions from the mission terminal. I didn't have a group, but I just had a few minutes, so I was just going to do a couple missions. And toward, like, the town hall, if you heard that, that's my stepdad yelling. He's watching football. Anyway, I was grabbing some missions, and behind me was a randomly spawned ruin. And in it was, I guess I can't call it a Sith, because, you know, in this part of the timeline, it's set between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. There are only two true Sith, you know, the Emperor and Darth Vader. But anyway, this Dark Jedi had spawned in this random ruin that had spawned near our little town of London. So, gonna randomly just start walking this way. And so I checked my friends list, and Petter and Furbaka and Annika were all online, which was cool for me. And so I talked to them in the group chat, and they all hurried up and came back to our little town of London. And we all four tried to take down this Dark Jedi. Now, none of us were Force sensitive at the time. None of us were Jedi. And so we had to go about it in a traditional MMO kind of way, you know, because we had to have a tank, we had to have a healer, and stuff like that. Now, at the time, my professions were commando, and I seem to remember it being medic? Yeah, I think medic. But I didn't have enough medical, medic skill to keep the group alive. So what I did is I had the flamethrower, which was a high DPS weapon and caused high burn, which was another DPS effect. So, I mean, I was doing, damage per second with burning. So, I was almost doing twice the damage. But anyway, I seem to remember, Furbaka was tanking. And, he was, if I remember right, a Terrace Kasai master. So, meaning that he specialized in hand-to-hand. So, he was tanking with hand-to-hand combat. And Petter was, I believe he might have been healing. No, he wasn't healing. He was doing DPS as well, with slight healing, from time to time. While Annika did most of the healing. Petter did a lot of DPS. But, again, this is, if memory serves me well, this was years ago. So, we tried to kill the Dark Jedi, and it was super hard. I mean, if I remember right, we were buffed in everything. Had maxed out armor, all kinds of stuff. And we could not kill that Dark Jedi. It took us forever. That thing was impossible. It's a good chance to use some of my skills. Man, that guy was next to impossible. So I was sitting there crouched, because you get better accuracy and damage whenever you're crouched and prone, but I don't think I could prone with a flamethrower. So, I, ended up being crouched the entire time. Yeah, hold on. Let me just stop this. Yeah, so this is the lightsaber crystal that I was talking about. I'm just gonna randomly attack. Yeah. Anyway, now that the loud music's over, I stayed crouched and firing off jets of flame as much as I could, and those guys need some clothes. And so Furbaka was tanking, and Annika and Petter were healing and doing as much DPS as they could. But in the end, I seem to remember we killed the Dark Jedi. But then it respawned in the ruins. And so we're like, you know what, just forget it. The Dark Jedi is enough out of the city to not cause us any problems. So we're just gonna wait for that random ruin to despawn. And eventually it did, but we had to give that Dark Jedi a wide berth, let me tell you. Or is it berth? I don't know. We had to give that thing a wide berth to make sure that we didn't just totally get murdered if we drew too close. Because first it would destroy our vehicles, and then it would destroy us. So, yeah, I mean, I took some screenshots of it. Maybe I'll upload them to, Photo Bucket or something and leave a link in the description if I can find them. If I can't, I won't put any links in the description. So, look for that. I may have some links in there, I may not. Just depends. But, yeah, I believe that that's it for that story. So, I think, unless I can think of any other neat stories from my Galaxies past, I'll just be showing off how barren the cities are now. Especially like Deed and Mos Eisley and other places like that. I may drive around Endor and Yavin 4, talking about different things. Yeah, I think I'll call it quits right there for this video. So, thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to jump in the game before December 15th, 2011. And get your last hurrah of Star Wars Galaxies before it shuts down forever. Maybe someone will start running a private server, or maybe the Star Wars, the SWG EMU, the Star Wars Galaxies emulator will go live. That would be cool. But if it doesn't, then this is it. So take advantage of it while you can. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all next time. Later.